over 1 year now.
Yes.
So how did you find your way to Lagos? How did it happen?
Spacecraft landed. Bang.
I know you landed. Yeah, I know you landed, but I'm saying, what happened? Did you just wake up and decided to come over to Nigeria? There were conversations leading up to you becoming the head coach.
My parents abandoned me, right? And they sent me here on a spaceship and I landed, huh? I thought you knew my story, huh? I'm from Krypton, huh?
Okay.
No, keeping it real. I'm married to a Nigerian, so that's
Okay.
Yes, so
I think that's the first thing. Secondly, it actually started during the lockdown, funny enough, in England. During the lockdown, obviously, we couldn't go anywhere. We had to wash our hands and stay at home and be good and all those things. So I was watching Nigeria play cricket. I was going, Nigeria playing cricket? What is this? I looked okay, I thought, okay, Nigeria cricket. And my, obviously, then fiance, I told her, I just seen Nigeria playing cricket. She went, they play cricket in Nigeria? I said, yeah. Before I knew it, I was going to Trinidad. That was the plan. I was going to go to Trinidad.
Okay.
Trinidad got locked off. So I said, okay, well, then I'll come to Nigeria and get married in Nigeria. Let's do it in Nigeria instead of getting married in Trinidad.
Okay.
I ended up in Nigeria, and she knew somebody who was involved in cricket already, and one connection to another. And then I met the chairman of Lagos State Cricket Association, and I just volunteered. I volunteered and said, look, I'm here. I love the sport. I'll volunteer. Let me chip in and use the experience of 25 years of coaching and help out where I can. And I just, behind the scenes, just watch what was going on and learned the lay of the land, quite literally.
So as a cricket coach who's been in the business for over 25 years now, you've worked in England, Australia, India, Caribbean, and the rest professionally. How would you describe the awareness level of the sport? Cricket sports here in Nigeria, the awareness level?
I've seen a few games now. I've watched how they've played, and I've watched lots of games. So I watch it, even go and watch it on YouTube as well. So yeah, they're a good team and they're building, and I think I'd like to be a part of that process. So making Lagos State the #1 state and developing players good enough to represent Lagos and then represent Nigeria is my focal point. And to make, I've said it in joke, jest, that the Lagos side should be stronger than the Nigerian side, but no, I'm serious. I mean, you've got a very strong Lagos side. No disrespect to all the other states, but once you've got a mega city like Lagos being powerful and having real great players, then I think that's a great thing. So why not?
Now you've been in the system. I need you to definitely must have come across some challenges being the coach. Can you highlight those challenges for us?
Challenges?
Yeah.
I think the biggest challenge is being misunderstood.
Okay.
Everyone has an idea of somebody. You can look at somebody on the street and go, oh, I don't like them because they're wearing trainers that I ain't got. They've got a top that I haven't got, or they're doing something that I can't do, and people get misconceptions. Or you're from England, so from England automatically you're rich, and you're from England, you're entitled, and your life is, you've been through no struggles in life, you've done no challenges. So yeah, those things, misconceptions,
misconstrued,
and then when you take those misconceptions and then you bring them to a person, and you've already got your misconceptions already, and you're biased to a person without even letting them speak, then you've got a delay in terms of relaying communication, which is positive. And that's not just in sport, that's in life. And the greatest challenge for me is to be able to communicate that message that I'm here to help. I'm here to bring the best out of you, in not just in cricket, just life in general. I'm here to be a friend. I'm here to, among my brothers and sisters, and I love my brothers and sisters. I didn't come from a place that celebrated blackness, if you understand what I'm getting at. So I'm not welcome where I was born. Then I go to the Caribbean. I'm not really accepted there because I'm an Englishman. So then I come to the motherland, which is home, and I've got to say I do feel far more at home here than I do in the Caribbean. So Yeah, it's
Interesting.
it's just a challenge, but you overcome those challenges with the love of success and the love of seeing people develop and do well.
Okay, so here's me asking now: when you watched Nigeria play cricket, what was your first impression? Where did you notice where areas you needed to improve on? What was your assessment like? Because I'm sure you must have really taken your time to watch the game. So what did you feel about our cricket, the level or quality of our play, and where you thought needed, touches so that we can actually climb up the ladder in cricket?
I think if I keep it absolutely 100% real with you, when I was watching Nigeria playing cricket, I was literally walking out the door to get something to eat. Right? So it was on. They switched it over and said, "Oh, we're back with the cricket. Nigeria playing." So since I've been here, I think that Asanka did a really great job. I was doing a good job, and obviously he's now no longer with us because of health problems. It's hard to say, really, because I'm not on the inside.
Okay.
You can make a judgment call from the outside and say, oh, well, I would do this, I would do that, and it's as simple as this. And it's very easy to say that. But from a coach and the experience I have, I know that it's better just to keep your mouth shut. You don't know what's going on the inside. You don't know how things work. And I'm already got challenges as it is. People construing who I am as an individual. The last thing I want to be doing now is saying, oh, Nigeria needs to be doing this and that. Look, they're doing well. They're doing well. They're doing the best they can with the situation they have at the moment. And, of course, funding will always help. Nobody's going to say no to money. Huh? So obviously, the better we become, then the more money that we get, and then obviously the more money we get, then I guess we can improve even more. So we're an emerging nation. So for that, we're doing good. And I hope that being part of Lagos or being the head coach of Lagos, I can push things further from my end, minding my own business as Lagos coach and make sure that Lagos is doing well and contributing players to Nigeria. That's my focus. If at any point in time Nigeria want me, or it happens, then we can talk about Nigeria in that sense. But for now, obviously my focus is Lagos and the development of Lagos.
All right.
Now that you've mentioned Lagos, you're someone who's big on grassroots, catching them young and the rest of it. So kindly share with us the parameters used in selecting cricketers at the grassroots level.
Parameters.
Yeah.
I would say that first of all, you've got to enjoy the sport. That's the first thing. I think discipline, self-motivation, the ability to listen, take in instruction, and then follow those instructions. Those things are important. And being able to not be afraid to express yourself and say, this is who I am as a player. This is what I've got. I've got a coach that backs me and supports me. Now I'm going to go out there and play well, or I'm going to give it my best shot. The worst thing for a coach is to watch a player with so much talent in the world conduct themselves in an ignorant manner. Ignorance and arrogance, the two is something as I don't mind an arrogant player if they're expressing themselves and they're producing results.
Okay.
And it's that, see, because you can be arrogant in a way which is kind of sexy to look at, right? Because you can walk out there, you're arrogant. Viv Richards was a great player, West Indian Antiguan player, and he represented, for me, he was the greatest player in cricket for me, okay? Not just as a man and what he represented on the field, but off the field and politically what he stood for as a black man at a difficult time. So if you as a player can go out there and demonstrate what you've been taught, and you can demonstrate in a way, and you can destroy teams with that arrogance. I don't mean an arrogance where you're disrespectful to people and but you've got that arrogance where you can literally turn it on and be
channel it to be productive.
Yeah, because you look at someone like Ronaldo, you wouldn't think he was arrogant, but when he does certain things or a certain class, you go, oh, he's an arrogant player. No, it's his confidence, but there's a way you can put that out, and it's something that if you do it in the right way, it's real classy.
So how do you deal with a stubborn player who's talented?
It depends how much you believe in that player. Every coach is different. You can take a horse to water. Of course, you can't make it drink. If it's stubborn to a point where it's disruptive to the other players, Then you've got to make a decision. Is this player worth me investing in and losing the rest of the team over it? Or is this a situation where this guy needs to be, or this guy or this girl needs to be taught a lesson and said, you know what, you're not bigger than the team. You just step to one side. There are players like that. Or there can be older players like that believe that they are bigger than an association. And so that way you have to say, okay, if you're going to stop the development, if you're in the way of development, then we have to do something about that, which means you have to be removed or just deselected.
All right, Coach. Well, I think it's been a pleasure listening to you, and I think from listening to you so far, what I've gotten is you're not just really about them doing well in cricket, you're also about them doing well in life in terms of
absolutely,
especially when you talk about the characters of some of these players. But what's as someone who played for Lagos State, I played for Lagos State. I played badminton.
Fantastic.
On a junior level.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what?
Hey, wait, yo, don't diss the bro like that. No. We didn't say anything.
Amateur level.
We didn't say anything.
No,
He played at amateur level.
There's
Amateur
an in-house
level.
thing here. So every time I come here and I say I won a lot of titles playing for Lagos State and
At an amateur
representing
level.
Nigeria, not amateur level, semi-professional level. I played badminton. They always feel like they don't know what it feels like to be a sportman.
A champion.
No one here. Look at this man. He's got a bare tummy. Look at this. Look at them. Just me and you really connect.
Very good.
But yeah, what's the journey been like for you coaching the Lagos State team? I know there are a lot of talented players in Lagos. Lagos is a developmental state, and I had an interview with the sports commissioner a few months, I think a year ago, and he was like, "Oh, we're about developing players. We don't mind if they leave for sport festival. I don't know if you've been part of the sport
I
festival.
have last year.
We don't mind if they leave
Painful.
and play for all that. Because what happens is during the sport festival, because Lagos don't pay money, the players who you've developed now move and present Delta State, Kwara State, all of some of these states in Nigeria.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I'm sure you have that challenge, being able to keep the players you've developed so far. How do you deal with that challenge? Because that's a very important challenge. And what's been
Lower the age range.
Yeah, what's been the journey?
Lower the age range. Lower the age range.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but generally, what's been the journey for you with coaching Lagos, and how do you deal with it, having developed a player and then the player leaves when you should, because when you win those titles, they say the coach is doing a great job.
Yeah, Chidi, just to add, how far have you come with the Lagos team? What have been your achievement with the team? How long have you been with them?
So I've been in this country since February last year. March is when I got appointed this year as Lagos head coach.
Okay.
Wow.
But we've won the under-17s Southwest tournament, and Ibadan was good. The under-19s we came runners up. I think we should have won that tournament. To be brutally honest, we should have won that as well. And I've just noticed that we don't normally we're losing by 15, 20, 30 runs. I just think that if we can just get it together, like now my idea is to have a developmental side and have a high performance side. So a developmental side will train at Unilag, a high performance side will train at CMS Grammar School. So that the players that I think I've identified that have got that potential to push on to the next level, I'll take them. I'll work with them and get them to that next level. So they're playing together all the time. One of the problems have been in the past is that players get pulled together at the last minute. You hear
Fire brigade approach.
Yeah. And
welcome to Nigeria.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Welcome to Lagos.
Welcome to Lagos.
So I said, that's your Nigeria and your Lagos. As far as I'm concerned, preparation.
Yeah.
You prepare. So you have the team training regularly. So no matter when the federation decides, we're going to bring a tournament next month, whenever, that team, that high performance team is already training, already prepared. So whenever you're ready to call us, we're good to go. And everybody knows their position. Everybody knows their role. If you're opening batsman, if you're middle order, if you're a wicket keeper, you're a fast bowler, you know what you are. You don't suddenly turn up to the ground on the day and try to be something that you're not. Yeah. If you're going to do that, you do that in training. Making mistakes in training, that's what it's there for. So once you're organised, I think that's a good thing. We've got the talent. We've got the players. I've got no doubt about that. And we've got good coaches as well. I just think now it's about just being a little bit more organised in what we do, a bit more structured about what we do, and then just
and Lagos didn't win. That was at the sports festival. Were you part of that team?
Pardon?
Yeah, were you part of the team, the Lagos cricket team?
What?
Wait.
I didn't see that coming. I didn't see
something wrong with the headphones.
No, nothing is wrong with the headphone. You have to answer that question.
Yeah, that was the first. That was the first. My first taste of the National Youth Games, and they went out to Ibadan. It was interesting, and the game plan was in place, and I have to say everything was going well, swimmingly well, perfectly well. Then we had 2 overs of complete and utter madness. Like I still talk about it to one of our coaches, and I said, "Listen, I still can't get over it." To be fair, those young players came back this year and won the under-17s tournament, so they put a wrong right, and they won the under-17s tournament. So there's growth and development there, which encourages me. I think, wow, you know what, we've moved on, which is exciting for the next tournaments that come up. But I never want to visit. I didn't even talk about that tournament ever again. That particular year, last year, no.
Yeah, well, that was won by Edo State for the records. Yeah.
Thank you. Are you from Edo State, by the way?
All right. Quick questions. Let's talk foreign cricket for a bit.
Yes.
And, iconic grounds, obviously, when you talk about the game of cricket. Edgbaston, the Oval, or Lords?
Lords is, I did work
because
there.
you got British.
Yes, yeah. The Lords, yes, the home of cricket, they call it. Yeah, I worked there at one point as for Middlesex as one of the head coaches there. So yeah, it was many years working there. It was a great experience, taking many young people from the community, taking them to Lords to play cricket, winning tournaments there, coaching there. Absolutely amazing. And just before I was going out to Australia, on the Tannoy, they were saying thank you for all the work you've done at Lords. I was like, wow. I was back in the same year I became national community champion. And to have that was amazing. To hear that in a tonneau during the test match as well.
Really?
England were playing West Indies. And on the tonneau they said that as I was walking out the ground and heading towards, going to Australia, another foreign place I knew nothing of and nothing about. I knew nobody there. To challenge myself, because at the time the opportunities weren't as open as they probably are now for me. It was a different time there, and things are changing in England.
All right, so let's just talk about England's captaincy. I mean, we've come from the Alistair Cook era to
Ben Stokes
that now obviously Stuart Broad and all that are still in the mix. But what have you made? I know he's only just started his own reign. That's talking about Broad. But what do you make of all of it? I mean, from Cook, we used to have the rivalry between England's captain and that of Australia as well back in the day. But what have you made of the whole thing with transitioning from Cook to...
So I like Stokes.
Okay.
I like that style of cricket. Aggressive, confident, determined, a winner. And I think Brendan McCullum I think he's a brilliant selection. If you look at McCullum's style of play, he was innovative. He was a guy who was playing one-day cricket in Test cricket. So it was exciting to watch. So you've got McCullum and you've got Stokes. They both know how to attack. They both know how to be explosive. I've got to be honest, I don't really watch too much of English cricket anymore. I'd like to see more people from the community playing for England. So that's my biggest challenge there. And being a young person playing cricket and having West Indian parents and all that stuff, it's just sad to see so many young people I know that have played cricket and very talented not getting the opportunity to represent their country. And this is what excites me about being in Nigeria, because I know that if I coach a young player and they're good enough, they'll get into the Nigerian side. I can't say the same if I was coaching England.
IPL?
I do. I don't watch. I don't get the time to watch it like I used to, but I do watch the IPL. I've seen what's his name, Josh Butler, dominating the IPL with his batting. So it's really good for him. I tell you what, the IPL saves many players' careers. Chris Gale, perfect example, wasn't a great Test player, But the IPL came along, and the 2020 cricket came along, and obviously that just blew him into being the universal king in terms of batting, and so he was one of the greatest IPL player in terms of batting. That's been around.
Yeah, coach. Finally, you've been talking about a lot of cricket. Not so many Nigerians, understand the game.
I understand.
And I'm thinking going forward, maybe we should have you more often to educate people on how the game works. But on the flip side, how would you really say the acceptance of cricket is, given that Nigeria is a country where most often than not are focused on football.
It's just football. Number one is football.
Okay,
and I don't know. Also, with respect to talents, do you have a lot of young people who are willing to play cricket?
Absolutely. I've seen a lot of young people that are playing football.
So they
stop playing football and come to look. I think promotion is a big thing.
Promotion,
raising awareness is key. And
key.
who? And I'm not blowing my own trumpet here. It's who is promoting the cricket and what if they're passionate about it. There's nothing worse. Cricket can be tedious. Especially 5-day cricket. So 2020 cricket is exciting. So you need to have that. You need to sell the idea of the music and the carnival atmosphere that it has. And you can sell that.
Attract people.
That's it. If we do that and we sell that and we be big with that and we get that televised here, I think that is going to be a massive breakthrough. But we've got to promote it in the right way. We've got to promote it with energy and passion. And like I suggested to my chairman about a year ago, we go on a roadshow and just pull up in local parks and on the beach and just set up a set of stumps and just start playing the game. And just visit in different areas, just doing that randomly, turn up,
strategic,
and do it. Of course, we're doing it in the schools, but to turn up on a beach and do that. Beach cricket.
People want to see what's this.
What is this going on? And you do a shorter format of it. Pairs cricket, 10-over cricket, 8-over cricket. Then you start make it exciting. Then you got the music in the background. You attract the people with the music. Because my family are Caribbean, I keep saying. So from Trinidad, home of the carnival. So we know about carnival and dancing and music.
The paparazzi,
So so when a guy goes out to bat and he's playing a tune that's a Nigerian tune, that's a big tune, and the guy's going out to bat, wow, that's a big tune. Everyone's dancing. You've got the people bubbling. That's what you got to have. Of course, whoever does that has to have vision and passion and know how to structure it right. But these are some of the ways I would definitely go about it. And some of our Nigerian cricketers, I think they need to be on screen more, like the footballers, be on screen more screen time. And cross-promotion. I'd like to see the Nigerian football team. This is a challenge. Nigerian, I tell you what, forget the Nigerian football team. Let's say the Lagos football team, wherever you are, play the Lagos cricket team.
Awareness. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I understand. But before we go in for a break, Coach, I need you to tell us about the Ikorodu project and the Meet the Coach program.
Okay, so Ikorodu is where I'm at the moment. That's where I live. So I always believe you start at home and then you go abroad. So I said, well, let's do some coaching in Ikorodu. So Parkado School, Government College, and Majidun School, 3 schools. And I got to say, the community, the principal, and the permanent secretary, because she gave me the permission to get into all those schools. Now, without the permanent secretary, it ain't happening. So got to give her kudos for that. So I've run a 3-day program in Ikorodu, the Parkado Grammar School. Did that for 3 days, coaching cricket to them. Once that program was over, then I went and did a similar program in Majidun School. And then I did a Meet the Coach program, which was last Sunday. We had over 50 parents turn up with children from Parkado and Majidun School, at Majidun School. So I was able to meet them. Obviously, they found out that I wasn't Nigerian. That was the first thing. So I had a big laughter about that. Then we started talking about Nigerian time, African time. So the meeting was for 4 o'clock. People started rolling in at 5:30. Like it's a rave. And I'd say to them, listen, this is kind of like, I understand, I get it. We like that in the Caribbean as well, but we need time is time, and we're going to teach our young people to be punctual as parents, we need to set the example. And I explained to them that as a coach, it's no nonsense from myself. So no young person can come along and tell you that because of cricket, they're not going to study. Then they can't do the exams because they're doing cricket. So discipline at home, discipline on the field, discipline at school. And say to the parents, if there's any nonsense in school, any nonsense and disrespect at home, I want to know about it.
Okay.
Equally, if they're doing well, I want to be there as well. I don't want to know about it. So they know from their coach, it ain't happening.
Okay, but when we need to go in for a break.
Of course.
On the flip side, you'd have to tell us the activities you've got lined up for the rest of the year as it concerns the Lagos State team.
Wow.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Don't touch the dial. It's going to be a very, very short break. So just stick around because, you know, the conversation is I'm really enjoying myself, you know. Just don't touch it.
It's like playing cricket now.
Of head coach of Lagos State Cricket Federation, Ingram Jones, with us in the building. Before we let you go, Coach, I just need you to tell us the activities you've got lined up for the rest of the year.
Rest of the year.
Yeah.
Wow. I've got activities for the next month. Don't know about the rest of the year.
Okay,
yet.
for the next month. Okay. Let's start off with next
I
month.
might not last till the end of the year. No, seriously. So next up, well, my first priority obviously is the under-15s tournament of the National Youth Games for the boys and girls for Lagos. That's the big one at the moment for us to improve on our performances. Under-15s for boys and girls, and we've got the under-17s. We've got them taking part in the CCC league, and by having that team in the league, the plans would be for them to play regularly league cricket.
Okay.
From Division 2, get them promoted into the big league, the first division of cricket, and them get them playing in tournaments because you've got that team playing together all the time. They're playing competitive cricket. Also, at Majidin School, they have fantastic facilities there, so I'll be doing a coach education program there.
Nice.
It's a world-class program because we've used it in England, and it's absolutely amazing. So the young people there, aged between anyone in the Ikorodu area, aged between say 16 to 18, they're going to get that opportunity to sit in a classroom and learn about cricket, batting, bowling, fielding, what it means to be a coach, and tell the difference between what a coach is and what a player is. There's a distinct difference between a coach and a player. And then once that's set up and in place, those coaches are obviously at the age, and some of them have already been helping me in the community, will then start coaching in Ikorodu.
Okay.
And then because I've got the District 2, so it's Kosher Fair, Shomolu, and Ikorodu. So those three areas there, obviously, I would be working with. CMS Grammar School in Bariga, that is the high performance center. We have coaches as well that are working in other areas as well, different districts. So that's the plan, the short, medium term plan for development of cricket. So it's so important.
Yeah, and Coach, I just wanted to say this, that I'm just like, you know, you just kind of like reignited the fire in me, and this is me being actually very genuine, and I just like development, because all what you've been talking about is just really developmental cricket, and that is what we need. If we want to really make cricket big, I don't love the sport so much, but I feel your passion, because I love badminton, like with all my heart, even more than football. So like when you talk about cricket, I feel it, and you talk about it from a developmental angle, and I know what this means, and I know like what this can mean for some of those, you know, young people who could be discovered. And you know, I just really hope that we can have you in our national team. And you know, because what I've gotten from all what you've told us here, aside some of the other things, you're more about, you know, also about their life and how they live. Because I think sports teaches you discipline and a whole lot of things. And you know, big thank you. They don't pay you enough, I'm sure, but look, thank you for taking the time to do this, doing this. I'm sure you're going to leave a lifelong impact on a lot of those young players because I've been in that position where I was a young player before, so I know what this can do. And for some of them, all of them I know go on to play cricket professionally, but some of them might, and they'll always remember, you know, those quality trainings they got from, because it really starts from, if you're going to play cricket professionally or any racket sport, you have to start from
young,
from, you know, 8, 9, 10.
Yes,
you have to start there.
Yes, now we're
That's
talking.
where you give yourself not when you are, you know, 25. You can have a chance, but you can't go too far, because you know, I play badminton when I was a bit older. I was out of secondary school.
I play badminton has been said 25 times.
Chidi,
I
can you
play-
let
I play
the coach
badminton.
go,
I understand
Chidi?
why
I play
He needs to
badminton.
go home now.
You know, I have people who actually started when they were younger,
Yes.
and look at where they are now. They're doing well.
Absolutely.
Chidi be like, he be giving vote of thanks on our behalf.
Wrap up.
Big thank you. No, I
Wrap up.
just really, I love the coach already, and
Yeah, we all love the
Yeah,
coach.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, we all love the coach.
we don't love him less.
Chidi,
Yeah.
Chidi,
Everybody
Chidi
loves
Bear,
him.
wrap up.
Chidi,
Wrap up.
by
Chidi.
the way, he's a cousin for.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know,
Yeah.
you know that thing they call Shalaye? That's what Chidi Bear is doing right now.
Listen, one word I'm going to say to you.
Mm.
I don't do this because now I love the sport. I do it for legacy. You know, when you've won titles, when you've developed players and they've done well, it's now about legacy. What gets you out of your bed? You've got to set as a coach, you've got to set yourself new targets.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do now? What motivates you? What barrier can you break? You've got to better your best. That's my slogan. Better your best.
So, coach, for the next, let's say, 5 years, you're still in Nigeria.
5 years.
So that's the target for you.
Mm-hmm.
In
Okay.
5 years, you
5 years.
You should have.
Well, why would it have to take 5 years?
I
If,
don't know.
if it's taking me 5 years to develop Lagos to where I need to,
No, I mean not just Lagos, because I'm looking at the bigger picture now.
what's the bigger picture?
The country at large. Something of this sort that can cut across board, because I think it's great, and you've also got some really explosive idea that can really rebrand and reintroduce the sports to the people.
Here's one thing I think is absolutely essential. We have to get our kids playing cricket at the ages
Wow.
of 5 and 6 years old.
Mm.
That's where we need to be doing
Parents,
development. Because,
parents,
now
yeah.
you got it. Because
Yeah,
then you've got the parents.
Yeah.
And you've got the parents from young with the kids. So the parents and the child are growing together. Then you get more volunteers, you get more coaches, you get more umpires, you get more support, you get more investment. So we're not relying on the government to pay for this and pay for that. You're now getting the support of the parents collectively.
Okay, I feel you, coach.
Amazing.
But it's
Amazing.
been
Great
great.
stuff, great
It's been
stuff.
great
Thank you.
having you.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll get to have you more often on our shows.
You get to have him.
I said
I just thought I should ask.
I said more often on our show. On the show.
The other, I'm
No,
beginning.
I'm
beginning to.
I'm curious. You get to have him more
Please ignore
often.
him.
You know,
Ignore him,
coach,
coach. Ignore
Coach,
him.
just so you know, there's a long list of casualties she's had, and they
Casualties!
from football coaches. From
Coach,
Thank
let's
you.
talk.
Off his mic. Off his mic.
So it's
Walk him
nice.
out of the studio. Walk him out. Walk him out of the studio.
So, Coach, it's great having you.
Thank you. It's
yeah.
great having you too.
Definitely, we'll keep talking.
Sounds
Wow.
good.
Yeah.
And yes, I'd love to come back if
You
if I'm
will.
welcome.
You will.
No problem.
And
No
Thank you.
problem.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping that we'll have an update on the process and how.
Right, let me get something straight here. So you're the Edo man, right?
Mm-mm.
You're the Edo man, right?
No, I'm not Edo.
You're not Edo.
Yeah.
It's Igbo.
I'm
Igbo.
Igbo, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You married a Nigerian. Where's she?
Yoruba.
Wow.
Okay.
Ikating.
Ekiti. So this is from Trinidad to Ekiti.
Uh-huh.
Amazing.
And actually,
amazing.
my mother's DNA, they did the DNA. She's 49% Nigerian for whatever it's worth, but she's 49% Nigerian. I did the
Wow.
blood test, so her
Okay.
DNA is 49% Nigerian. So I'm yet to do my own.
After you spend 2 years here,
Maybe
you'll be 90%
Maybe.
Lagosian, I think. Lagosian.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.